All right, bro, this is enough. And this has been going on for so long. It's about freaking time that we actually get to addressing this. Look at this right here. Treat others as they want to be treated. Now, of course, you can probably guess what platform I'm on right now. This is Xbox. And we know other platforms do this freaking dog trash. I actually don't know if PC deals with this. But for many years, Xbox has gone out of their way to virtue signal to their customer. Oh, Black Lives Matter, you have to support this dog trash movement that no one gives a freaking crap about. Yeah, freaking screw that movement, it's for freaking retards. Then you got freaking, what do you call them? The insane asylum mafia. The LGBT, yes, sorry. I was looking for the name. The insane asylum mafia, LGBT. They sit there and they also push these people out to you. They're like, oh, this is such a big deal. Wow, you should really support these freaking morons who've lost their freaking minds. And then you've got also feminism, which they have pushed by doing exactly this. Right here. We get these advertisements. And specifically, they love the virtue signal in these little advertisements saying to you, when you log on to your console, they're like, you must ascribe to these politics because we will assume ourselves as morally superior to you. Of course, by the way, this is how all liberals act. They just act like they're correct. And they think that the second they end up in a freaking conversation, if you don't align with them, then you're worse than Satan. Of course, they don't believe in Satan. No, they suck off Satan's freaking nuts. They don't believe in him. They freaking worship him, okay? Anyway, though, they love their little Satan, and they love to suck off his freaking phallus every day. And here they are, acting like they know better than you, than me. Don't you love it? Yeah, I love it that these freaking clowns, these retards, that they act like they're better than you, that they act like they know better than you. Treat others as they want to be treated. No. People are not equal to you, and people are not equal to me. Someone wants me to treat them in some way. No. You know what's actually, this is hilarious. Like, I was about to go down a different strand of thought, but let's just be honest for 2 seconds here. Treat others the way they want to be treated. Okay. You freaking clowns. All right. I walk into a freaking Call of Duty lobby. There's 5 sorority girls for some reason. Who knows why they're even in here. 5 sorority girls are playing in Call of Duty. All right. Yo, freaking biatch, suck these nuts right now. I got my freaking phone. Give me your number. I'll fly you out. Let's freaking do it. You suck my nuts, and I'll have you have sex with me around the clock until I'm freaking tired. There you go. That's how I want to be treated. Xbox, you're a bunch of freaking clowns. No, I'm sorry. You're a bunch of retard clowns who think that you're in the position to tell other people how they need to think, how they need to live their life. No, your moral superiority is just mental retardation. It's cognitive dissonance from the reality to which we all live. And you think that people should give a crap about what you think and say, and that you are in the place to make people comply with you. Well, of course, we know that these are fascists. Now, by the way, you have a lot of cucks out there. They'll tell you, they'll read something like this, and they'll be like, oh, Xbox is giving you messages that you just, quite frankly, you don't want to read. And they'll completely skip the politics behind all this. I want you to know something. GARM, Diageo, ESG, Sweet Baby Inc., Hit Detection, Economic World Forum, New World Order. You got all these nice little globalist institutions, these little woke institutions. They're going out of their way to indoctrinate you. This is a part of this. This is engineered by them. These activist firms understand that all the other freaking retards out there, they won't admit to you that these are things that exist. Well, reality is this kind of stuff is pushed by them because they want to. By the way, Xbox Studios works with who? They work with Sweet Baby Inc. And they also work with Hit Detection and many other consultancy firms. Of course, all these people, they also work with Diageo. They work with GARM. By the way, apparently, GARM was disbanded after they got sued. Interesting how stuff like that works. By the way, they're using your tax dollars. You too, you freaking cock. You freaking liberal cock that sits there and says, it's not that big of an issue. Oh, it's just apolitical. They're taking your money. Hey, guess what? You work in the economy. They rob your money so that they can propagandize you, which you don't care because it's your little propaganda politics that you decide to believe in. And honestly, you're just a freaking coward. You don't know how to think for yourself. You're a freaking cock, all right? Realize you're a cock and start voting right wing. Anyway, we have these institutions that go out of their way. They're robbing from you. They're taking your money, and you think that's okay. You know, I'm not even going to talk about this any much further because we could get talking about how freaking libtards, they love to talk about being a freaking coward or whatever. Okay. But then you guys sit there and you allow these companies to freaking rob from you. And then you sit there and you allow them to propagandize you. Whatever, man. Whatever. I mean, I don't care what they say. It's just the fact that they're so freaking retarded and they don't want to freaking own up to it. Okay, let's get into it. Treat others as they want to be treated. Okay, well, I met a chick on GTA 5. And I just want her to treat me by sucking my balls off. Okay, can we make that? No, it's not can we make it happen. Xbox says it should happen. So what are you doing, biatch? That's my will. That's my way. That's how I want to be treated. Come on now. Xbox told you the platinum rule. Playing by the platinum rule. By the way, nobody wants to talk about this. This is a part of ESG. This is a part of ESG. Now, of course, you think, oh, it's Xbox. And oh, Xbox, they are the angels of our universe. So, of course, they should be in the position to tell me, someone that actually reads the Bible, someone that's not a Satanist like liberals are. And by the way, even if a liberal tells you that they're Christian, they're freaking Satanists. Don't buy the freaking dog crap. Anyways, that's just a side note. Screw you, you freaking Satanists. You worship Satan, I have nothing for you. Your pieces are freaking filth and trash. There's nothing good for you, and I wish nothing good for you. You literally worship the devil. I have nothing for you. And you want people to sit here and tolerate you. No, you're demonic. No more. No more. You know, countries like America and also the overture of the European Union, these countries used to be Catholic, Protestant, they used to be Christian. Now we just open our arms to active Satanism and demonic infiltrations and persuasions, making the way upon our psyches. Playing by the platinum rule, right here. Here we go. This is ESG, don't you forget. You're probably familiar with the golden rule to treat others as you'd like to be treated, which in a way that's actually kind of retarded, actually, the golden rule, but that works a lot better than the platinum rule. Anyways, that's a whole other conversation. I think we've spoken about that before, actually, in one of my many videos. My many hundreds of videos. Anyways, I think it was in one of my Age of Wonders playthroughs that we spoke about this, and actually we did. Anyways, it's good advice. Oh, I'm glad you think it's good advice. But it doesn't cover when someone might want to be treated differently than you. That's right, bro. I want every chick in a freaking Xbox lobby. I want her to have sex with me. What the frick is going on? You Xbox, bro. We don't realize even when they're ESG, they're on our freaking side. That's right. I want these women are complied to have sex with me. And then because you're all Democrats, you believe that the child should be aborted. So no problem, no biggie in the end. It's not a big issue. She can go over, cross state lines, and she can go abort my freaking child. That's great. Guys, bro, I love these politics. It's so good. The way that they weave all these politics, you actually start to understand. They're actually on your side. Now, of course, I still find my weird way. See, I have what you call a sense of what the liberals actually call, because they call it that. Because here's the thing. When a liberal says something isn't real, you have to say it's not real. When a liberal tells you that something is, of course, real, then it is real. So I have this, what the liberals tell me, and so because they say it, I then say it too. This is what the liberals call a right-wing cognitive dissonance. And I am so ready to engage in this because I disagree with all of this. But because I realize that the ESG is actually working for my favor, I'm now suddenly on your side. Because not only do you tell me what my reality must be and what my ethics must be, and I must comply, or else I'm evil. And as you, by the way, of course, as you bring over the border a bunch of criminals, I have to constantly flagellate myself through your ethics. Thank God. Okay, so now we have the platinum rule. So now, I mean, it's so funny because there's a bunch of cartels out there. They don't tell them the platinum rule. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The cartels out there, they are actually operating by the platinum rule. I forgot. Xbox, they know what they're doing here. Because a cartel member, well, treat others how, what is it? What is it? So treat others as you'd like to be treated. Okay, well, I'm sure that you'd like to be treated in all kinds of ways, right? Especially if you're a cartel member. Okay, so treat others how you'd like to be treated. Well, I guess I would like to traffic a bunch of drugs. Okay, so I would like other people to be treated through the trafficking of drugs, right? Okay, good job, Xbox. I like this sense of ethics that we have. And in fact, I would actually really like, because you're telling me how I should live my life. I'm actually starting to enjoy this. I like the way you're thinking. I think I should start changing my ethics in real time through right-wing cognitive dissonance, as you call it. So that then we can come together. Unity in this country, it's so important. Europe, America, any country that has the most to lose, we should embrace each other and have political unity. So let's continue. That's why we've embraced the platinum rule at Xbox. Good. Me too. Treat others as they'd like to be treated. But how can you know how others want to be treated? Wait, hold on. Oh, that's right. That's the golden rule. I don't give a crap. All right. Ask. If you're playing with people you don't know, have a chat. Get a feel for their sense of humor and how they like to play with others. Well, I like calling people slurs. So, I guess we can all call each other slurs. As you guys are apparently saying through the platinum rule or the golden rule, I'm going to be honest, I'm having a hard time keeping up because, as the liberals tell me, right-wingers are retarded. Even though we don't live in a fantasy land up in our heads, and we tell you exactly what reality is, and then you want to act like that we're just making it all up until you finally sit there and say, hey, that thing that the retard right-wingers have been saying all this time, that's actually correct and true? Yeah, now that's correct. Oh, good. It's been 3 to 4 years, and you finally said it was correct. I'm so glad that you guys can join us on our side. Anyways, the platinum rule. So, get a feel for their sense of humor. Well, some people actually find it funny how do I say this? What's the best way? Criminality. Some people really find criminality, actual criminality, really hilarious. So get a feel for their sense of humor. By the way, that's specifically the black community. They love criminality. They love talking about gangbanging and all that crap. So I guess if I'm in a lobby full of black dudes, we just start joking about gangbanging. Okay, cool. All right, I like this platinum rule that we've come up with, or the golden rule, whatever, because they think both are great, but they want to augment it. But I'm just going to live by both because that's what Xbox is telling me. Okay, so get a feel for their humor and how they like to play with others. Well, they like to grief people and simulate that they are currently graping someone. So let's do that too. Okay, so that's a good way. So ask. I need to be culturally sensitive. And because, Xbox, you are the arbiters of my reality, you are the arbiters of my ethics, you're correct. I should sit here, and I should play the way that they want me to play by being a gangbanger. Okay. Show respect. If someone's uncomfortable with something you say or do, respect that, apologize, and don't do it again. Well, that's interesting. What if they make me uncomfortable with something that they say or do, I don't know, by being a homosexual, a blatant homosexual, or a gangbanger? What if that makes me uncomfortable? And then me telling them that that's not okay, and that's actually wrong, and that something should be done about that, then that makes them uncomfortable. So what do? We're now at the Rubicon. How do we cross this boundary line? Because now we're both uncomfortable and you're telling me we need to show each other respect. So what do? Do two random, I guess 2 + 2 = 0 in this scenario? I don't know. Or sorry, it's 2 - 2 or 3 - 5. I don't know. But I'm glad that we can show each other respect when we're both making each other uncomfortable. Okay, good. Thank you, Xbox, for telling me how to think. Again, they say treat others how they want to be treated. But it's like, okay, then I want the sorority chick that's for some reason playing Call of Duty. I don't know why she's doing that. And I guess she's still smoking hot as a sorority chick playing Call of Duty. Well, that's how I want to be treated. She needs to treat me to how I want to be treated. Where the frick are you sucking my freaking balls off? Yeah, exactly. And me calling you slurs as you suck my balls off. Keep it clean. When in doubt, play fair and keep your language clean and friendly. Well, that's interesting because you tell me to embrace other cultures and treat other people how they want to be treated. And actually, other people's sense of humor is that I call them a bunch of slurs. That's how they want me to treat them. And that's how I guess, and I also want them to treat me that way. We both want to call each other slurs. So you told me ask. I did the asking. And now you're saying keep it clean. Well, and you want me to be culturally sensitive. I'm trying. I'm trying to be culturally sensitive here. So what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? So you want me to keep it clean, but at the same time, I'm supposed to respect other people with their humor, and specifically the gangbangers who talk about involuntary copulation, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm having a hard time keeping track with you, Xbox. What exactly do you want me to do? And I guess we're supposed to speak each other in with a clean and friendly tone while we call each other slurs. So now this is very confusing. I guess I'm supposed to come up with new slurs as we call each other slurs so that we can continue getting a feel and sense of each other's humor. And I'm not going to talk about the other groups, the furries and raging homosexuals who like to, frick, how do you put this? How are we allowed, Xbox, to put this? They like to indoctrinate your children. So anyways, how am I supposed to go about this? How am I supposed to? Okay, so please tell me what fair is for keeping our language clean and friendly. Because right now I'm trying to abide by these other individuals. I'm having a hard time. Following our platinum rule is one more way to help make sure that players feel safe to confidently be themselves and are free from bullying or harassment. More tips for playing on the Xbox network. Actually, what do they say here? Oh dear God, I don't know. So isn't it interesting that we sit here and we're customers and we're literally having this company through ESG, do not forget, they're telling you what you can think, how you can speak, and what you can believe. Because let me tell you this, by the Bible, homosexuality is an absolute abomination upon God. So, Xbox, I know your politics. You want me to bend the knee to the homosexuals and also the rest of the freaking delinquents. However, you want me to bend the knee to them, but I'm not supposed to respect my own ethics, my own beliefs. I'm supposed to respect yours. So you're telling me I have to abide by these ethics, which is like in some way, I'm supposed to accommodate myself. Really what it means is compromise myself for others. So I'm actively disrespecting myself, my beliefs, which actively disrespect other people and their beliefs. By the way, their beliefs, they destroyed Rome and destroyed Greece. This is not a freaking joke. This actually happened. So they believe in satanic beliefs. And you want me to abide by Satanism rather than me going by my own ethics that actually builds society, does not crumble it. So you want me to follow and compromise myself for your civilization destroying beliefs. That's what you want me to do. You don't want me to call out Satanists who are actively working towards evil. You don't want me to call out evil. You want me to abide by it. You want me to speak in a language familiar with fellow evil rather than speaking against evil. That's what you want me to do. Interesting. Very interesting. And you want me to show respect to the living and breathing demons, living and breathing, present day, demonic entities. That's what you want me to do. Xbox. And all the other things, your freaking Black Lives Matter dog trash, which is really just what? It's population replacement. Let's just freaking face it. You also want me to freaking support that dog trash. And also the complete erasure. I'm sorry, the erasure, but also the erosion. I meant both at the same time, so whatever. The erasure. You want me to support the erasure, the erosion of our culture into multiculturalism, which is ultimately what? A civil war of culture. So you want me to embrace these other cultures, allow them to stampede and steamroll my culture so that I show respect, that I'm a freaking doormat and I gotta keep it clean. I can't be mean to the people who are trying to steamroll and stampede through my culture and my people's way of thinking, my people's way of life. No. I must show them respect and I must get a sense of their humor. Okay, bunch of slur-slinging gangbangers who specifically they want the white women and they want to also hate on white men. So I need to get a sense and feel for their humor. Okay? And then I need to embrace them. Is what I need to do. I need to show them respect. And I need to allow them of their delinquency and of their erosion of my culture. And then I need to keep it clean. I need to make sure that I don't hurt their feelings as they destroy my society and as I'm being turned into an existential cuck. This is the reality of the Platinum Rule. Treat others how they want to be treated. Xbox wants to train you to be a freaking, well, not only a cuck, but specifically they want you to be a coward. They want you to live for nothing, fight for nothing. When you're displeased with something, you don't speak your mind. And yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of freaking raging retards who are freaking gamers. We all know this. Does not matter. You're going to sit there and you're going to tell people that they have to comply with your demonic politics. There's other ways actually to go about the solution for a lot of problems. For one, close the freaking border. That's a great freaking solution. First and foremost, hey, you want to solve a lot of these problems? Close the effing border. Then you don't have a lot of these people coming in who shouldn't be coming into your country, because actually a lot of problems right now that we're having within, specifically when we speak about Europe or we speak about America, the problem that we're seeing right now is that you're bringing in a bunch of people who are not the native national population. So, and by bringing in all this multiculturalism, you're bringing in low quality people. So you end up having a lot of low quality behaviors. And that's where we end up here now, where Xbox thinks it's necessary because they legislate a problem, open borders and everything that follows with it, Black Lives Matter, that dog trash too, because they want to normalize these problems in your society. They then say, now let's provide to you the solution, which is what? The Platinum Rule. Treat others how they want to be treated. Well, what about me and how I want to be treated by they, the others? How about how they should be treating me? Oh, that's interesting. So who's supposed to go whose way? I'm supposed to treat others how they want to be treated. Well, I want to be treated a little bit differently. For instance, I want the freaking 10 out of 10 that's playing Call of Duty for some reason. What the frick are you doing playing Call of Duty as a 10 out of 10 female? What the frick? Okay. It's much more believable that a freaking Chad is playing Call of Duty than a freaking 10 out of 10 bombshell. I'm just gonna freaking say it. What the frick? But I want her to suck my freaking nuts off, you know what I'm saying? Jeez. Suck my freaking nuts off. That's how I want they to treat me. But I guess I need to be paying attention to how they want me to be treating them, or treat others how they want to be. So I also, by the way, I need to read their mind, how they want to be treated. Again, it's so great. I love being told by freaking libtards how to live my life, how to think. I just love it so much. And I love being told that I need to make myself accommodable to other people's culture that actually happens to be far more depraved than the culture that you're telling must accommodate themselves to these other groups of people. This is absolute dog trash. In the end, the platinum rule is cowardice. It's a cowardice rule. You must comply. This is the compliance rule for cowards. You must, and I guess that's what I'm going to actually call it, is the compliance rule for cowards. This is what they want you to do. They want to come up with their own ethics. That's really, quite frankly, it's not good. It's actually absolutely destructive, evil, and downright bad. But they want you to comply, and they want you to choose cowardice and choose nothing else but cowardice, and they want you to live by cowardice. I spent money for the console. The Xbox console, actually multiple Xbox consoles. I've been with Xbox for a long time. By the way, Sony does the same dog trash, and I have owned Sony consoles, by the way, too. So I've owned both. And both companies think that they're in the position to tell me how I should operate, how I should reason out my politics. I'm the customer. I gave you money. I facilitate your business. I then also purchase many games on your storefront, which you take a percentage of that money, by the way. And then you, paired with these companies, these publishers, whatever, Ubisoft, EA, whoever else makes all these woke dog trash games, including Baldur's Gate 3, then all of you want to sit here. I'm the paying customer. I'm giving all of you the money. And both these game developers and then also these console developers, they want to sit there, software developers, the whole thing. They want to sit there and tell you what your politics ought to be. They want to sit there and tell you how you ought to live your life, go through life, live in the world. And if I don't comply, because that's what this is all about. This is about compliance. This is about follow our community standards for Xbox. Know the difference. You are such freaking retards. Know the difference between trash talk and harassment. You really think people are such raging retards that they don't know the freaking difference? You really think that you're in the position to tell people what the frick, what the sun is and what the moon is? Mother effer. I can go look up what the freaking sun is and what the freaking moon is. Mother effer, I see the sun, I see the moon. I can understand quite a bit on my own. You don't need to tell me what trash talk means, because by the way, they want to make up the terminology and the definitions rather than you understanding the definitions for yourself. Their definition for freaking trash talk and harassment is certainly not the definition that many of us actually know, because they make up terms. We know, you know what the freaking terms they make up are. They make up all these freaking liberal, Democrat freaking ideas and beliefs that don't freaking exist. And then they say, you have to live by these standards. Here, let's go into it. I'm ready. Tell me, what's the difference? Trash talk refers to joking banter that encourages conversation and friendly competition between players. That's very different for very different people, okay? Some freaking dudes in California, they're gonna trash talk very differently than a bunch of freaking gangbangers in freaking Chicago. So, again, Xbox, the platinum rule. Treat others how they want to be treated. So, one second, I'm hanging out with my friends from California. What's up, bro? Screw you, bro. And whatever else they say. They say other words, by the way. You know, they love their bundle of sticks. Anyways. And so do the gangbangers. Anyways. But then if I'm hanging out with my gangbanger friends, and I'm trying to feel them out for their sense of humor, and I'm trying to be culturally sensitive, I'm sorry, but it's two very different sides of trash talk. So, Xbox, how am I supposed to operate through this? Oh yeah, and by the way, the Muslims, they have a very different sense of trash talk too. I just want to tell you that. Xbox, I don't think you understand people. I just want to be very clear about this. I don't think you understand what you're saying. So, trash talk, it's very different across these different groups of people, but you want me to live and operate by all these different forms of trash talk, or one sense of trash talk, but then So it's not everyone's sense of banter, it's your sense of banter. I don't know what it is because it's so vague. It's either how Xbox wants me to communicate, or it's how everyone's supposed to communicate based upon this specific group, and then that's just confusing. So then what is the freaking standard? Because then here we go. Harassment includes any behavior that negatively disrupts another player's experience or makes a player feel less welcome. So let me ask you something, Xbox. If a woman's playing a video game, she's being a raging retard as she plays the video game, is it harassing to tell a woman that she's being a woman and a retard at the same time? Is that harassment? Because I know your freaking politics. Is that harassment? Because actually, it's factually true. If a woman's being stupid, and she happens to be a woman, and you say that she's a woman, she's incredibly stupid, would that make them feel less welcome? So am I supposed to sacrifice the truth to make you happy? Okay. And when people are stupid, is that just okay? If a woman's being stupid, am I not allowed to call that out and say, female, you're being stupid? And that's, by the way, that's my form of trash talk, and that's how I want them to treat me. Treat me in such a way where I'm in the full right to call you a retard. Oh, that's weird that the platinum rule only applies to so many people. It's not about how I want them to treat me. It's about how I'm supposed to completely guess that they want me to treat them. Okay. Harassment includes any behavior that negatively disrupts. Okay, so I'm in a lobby with a couple of homosexuals. They're raging homosexuals, and they're talking about having a bunch of degenerate, demonic sex, Sodom and Gomorrah kind of crap. I'm sorry, Xbox, you are founded in a, what's it called? Christian country. You're founded in a Christian country who believes in God, believes in the Bible. So is it suddenly okay for a bunch of homosexuals, because I know your politics, Xbox, is it okay for a bunch of homosexuals to sit there and make a bunch of homosexual jokes and talk about a bunch of homosexual actions and committing those actions? Is that okay? And if that makes me uncomfortable, is that negative disruption? Or is it me saying, hey, you're demonic and you want to practice some Sodom and mother effing Gomorrah? Am I negatively disrupting them? Or is it them disrupting me? I'm sorry, Xbox. I'm having a hard time because I feel harassed. I live in what I thought was a Christian country. You're founded in a Christian country, but you don't respect Christian ethics. In fact, you side with the Satanists and you say that they're the moral good, that they're not the moral evil. You say, I am the moral evil for following the Bible and understanding that homosexuality is an abomination before God. Interesting. So by the way, American company, First Amendment means absolutely nothing to them because they want to tell you how you're allowed to breathe, how you're allowed to live. They want to commit certain disciplinary actions upon you if you do not abide by their sense of language and their parameters of language, which is not the First Amendment. Xbox, you live in an American country. You are afforded multiple and many protections, many privileges, many benefits, specifically taking money from the taxpayer dollar, including my dollar. I give you my money, and then through working through ESG with the government that steals my money and gives it to you. You're afforded by Americans. You are afforded many privileges and benefits. For some reason, the many privileges and benefits that you are afforded, you are entitled to take from me and disrespect me financially and existentially and spiritually. But for some reason, I need to abide by your politics. How dare I practice my First Amendment rights? However, you have the right to take my money from the government and also be afforded all the other benefits of being an American company, because you guys would be seen very differently if you were a Muslim company. I know that you hire a lot of homosexuals, Xbox. Muslims, they think that homosexuals should be thrown off of roofs. So that's weird. That's weird that you walk into a Christian country, you're afforded all the benefits of being an American Christian company. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not Christian anymore. But that's what you should be. You're afforded all of those benefits. If you were in a different country, you would have a very different list of benefits. These benefits, by the way, many American men who spoke and said a lot of slurs, they died so that you could have these benefits as a company. Taking American money, taxpayer dollars. A lot of men died so that you could show blatant disrespect. They died for the First Amendment, for crying out loud. And now you show blatant disrespect upon your customer who lives within, specifically, predominantly, this is where you founded from, America, a Christian country that affords its citizens the First Amendment. And yet you want to sit there and you want to tell people what kind of speech is acceptable or not acceptable. You want to actively infringe upon the First Amendment. Here's something about this, Xbox. Go screw yourself. You're a piece of trash company. And I want you, freaking come after me, bro. Freaking come after me. You want to sit here and you want to disrespect me as a customer. You want to disrespect me and my beliefs. Because I know your politics and I know how you want me to comply. You want me to comply with homosexuality, even though that goes against my faith, goes against God, goes against your own country, which is a Christian nation. And by the way, I know that you're a bunch of freaking atheist Satanists. I know that. And you want to transform an entire Christian nation. Same thing happening, by the way, in Europe. Same thing happening there. Screw you, Ubisoft. You're freaking fascist company. Same thing with you, Xbox. But I want you to come after me, bro. Come after me and my freaking religious freedoms. I want you to come after me. I want to say slurs. How about that? I want to say slurs. I'm going to call all kinds of groups slurs. And I want you to come after me. I want you to come after me for my First Amendment rights. And I also want to sit there and tell people who are actively satanic that they're satanic. I want you to come after me after I've given you thousands of dollars in money, by the way, over the years. I want you to do it. Do the disciplinary action, you freaking tards. Because I will owe you not any of my business. Of course, after that. But even now, listen. You do stuff like this, I'm already looking to jump ship from Xbox. Screw yourself. You, quite frankly, you don't deserve it. I want you to do it. Xbox. Players just like me. Players who believe in God. Players who understand and know. They read the Old Testament. They understand what God says. They understand that it is a sin, an abomination before God to engage in homosexuality, and that it should be actively discouraged, and that God washes out societies, washes out entire countries in the Bible for committing this form of sin. I want you to come after us. I want you to do it, Xbox, because that's your freaking ethics. You want to go after freaking Christians, so freaking do it, you freaking punk. I want you to realize, Xbox, you're a freaking piece of trash company. I want you to understand something. The Crusades happen, and they can happen again. You are absolute filth. You're absolutely demonic, and I want you to freaking do it. Infringe upon Christians and their religion. Infringe upon Americans and their First Amendment rights. I want you to freaking do it because you want to promote Satanism. So let's freaking go, Xbox. You think that you can sit here? You think that you can tell us what's right and wrong, what's good and evil. So go. Have at it. Come after me and come after other Christians, Xbox. You won't do it because you're a bunch of freaking cowards and you want to instead propagandize the rest of us be cowards and to live by your ethics. No, screw your platinum rule. Screw your freaking golden rule. Screw everything. First Amendment, you freaking queers. I speak what I freaking want. And you can sit there and lick my nuts, because that's how I want to be treated. I want you to freaking lick my nuts right now, you freaking cocks. Freaking do it. And again, you are being afforded many privileges being in our country. So if you want to sit there and keep on taking our freaking money, understand that the gravy train is about freaking over for you. If you want to continue disrespecting your customer base, then you're gonna have a rude awakening from freaking hell.